How you guys doing? Welcome back to another channel, or welcome back to another video. My name is Micah. I'm going to be doing you guys spiritual read. This message is going to be specifically for the Sagittarius, but if you're welcome or you want to hear, general readings and things like that, you're welcome to stick around as well. All right, let's see. For the Sagittarius, let's see what we got for you guys. What do we have? So we have scars, right? Came in reverse. So I feel like you guys are overcoming you guys' scars at the moment. Right, so you guys might have already known about your scars, but now you're overcoming them. You're able. I was watching a movie where this character was able to overcome her situation of something that happened to her parents by just accepting it and not blaming herself for it because it wasn't her fault. And then by then she was able to gain her true powers, or her more pure powers, and understand that she was psychic, and then she can see in the future and things like that. While this might not apply to everybody, it's important that you guys recognize your scars and things that affected you in the past, accepting them to be able to move on to a better future, right? So scars, so you're definitely recognizing your scars. We have fear, right? You guys might be fearful of going forward with it, right? You might even, after even accepting your scars, you might even have fear, right? You guys might have fear or, be scared of, reliving their moments, or, if you let it go, would these things come into place again? A lot of us, have this type of mental situations where we kind of have this belief system that, if we overcome it, will it happen again? If we forgive, the past situations, will it happen? Like, for an example, let's say a parent or a guardian scarred you in the past, right? And you forgive them and you move on for it. Forgiving them, do you sometimes have this fear that it would, reoccur because of the fact that they feel like you're a lot more comfortable with it and things like that? So this is a fear factor that could be taking place for you guys. You could be fearful of accepting the scars in a way that you don't really know if it's gonna benefit you. Fearful of accepting scars. Okay, so you have the Dragon Rider here. So I feel like you're gonna be once you guys get over the fear of accepting the scars, you're gonna be able to, unleash your truest potential, right? I can even read off what the Dragon Rider means for you guys. Give me a second. Coming from the book. So, what does it mean to be a Dragon Rider? Did you know that you are a Dragon Rider? A Dragon Rider will bring many different kinds of energy into your life. But its greatest aim is to deliver freedom. It wants you to be free of the fears that block your flow of love as it streams into your life. Have you renewed the old covenant between your heart and your dragon's heart? If so, do it once more to strengthen your connection further. If not, now is the time. Embark upon the following trance journey. Prepare the room for lighting some incense and candles. Play some smoothing music. Lie down and imagine that you are walking through a beautiful valley. Pass through the green valley and then cross a cool forest. After a while, your journey will take you to a high rock wall where you will find a crack in the rock. Climb up until you reach a high plateau where you are able to meet your dragon. Take your time and look down into the valley. Your dragon will approach you from behind. Feel its energy behind you. Sense its hot breath on your back of your head. It touches your shoulder gently. This is your signal. Turn around and look at your dragon very closely. See its wide chest, its mighty head. Look deep into its eyes and recognize the boundless love within. Now stand before it and see a silver thread of light form between your hearts. See how this silver thread of love flows from the dragon's heart into yours, and how it flows from your heart into that of the dragon. An old covenant is being renewed, a connection of love between your hearts. This dragon is the soul matter. Tell it that you love it in order to nourish it. Dragon Rider, prepare to live a life free of fear and lazy compromise. Look at those places in your life where the times has now come for you to overcome your fears. Follow the golden path of your soul to find treasures and freedom treasures and freedom you could not even dream of. Follow your path with your dragon to become the person you really are and have always been, a divine being that has human experiences and that rides a dragon. Right? So it's pretty much just facing your fears, right? To seek the ultimate experience of life. Or accepting them even. Right? We have self-worth. Right? You guys are understanding your self-worth and your true value. Okay, where we at? Alright, next we have great fortune, right? So with acceptance comes great fortune, right? Once you're able to accept things and move on from it, you're able to grow a new adventure in your life, right? New freedom, things like that. Next we have privileged lady, right? So this is more of about a feminine, I guess, vibe, right? You guys might be privileged, or people might even see you as being privileged and things like that. You might even receive blessings, privilege. Like, it seems like you're not really having to work too hard for your blessings. That's one of the things, right? Happiness doesn't necessarily come from working hard, but mostly from different perspectives in life. And as I said earlier, about, facing your fears, this doesn't mean having to hang out with people you don't like and things like that, or having to do things that you're fearful of. It's just accepting, your flaws, accepting your scars, and all of these different things that can be seen as negative, and accepting them will allow life to go a lot smoothly with you, so you can make, you can focus more on your future, right? This is going to allow you to be a lot more, seen as to be privileged than others, right? Because as you know, privilege is like supposed to be, you get it easy and things like that. But that's how the universe helps you out, So you might seem as privileged, but you're really not. You just kind of just putting in your work and allowing things to happen. Poverty, right? You guys can be escaping the poverty mindset, because remember, it's all about a mindset. Like if I sat here right now, let's say I'm giving an example, right? Let's say I had a silver chain, but I wanted a gold chain, and I consider myself less of somebody that had a gold chain because I have a silver chain. That's considered poverty mindset, right? So getting rid of that poverty mindset. We have occupation, right? So your occupation is what makes your desires, worthwhile, right? I be watching like this veteran show, and they be talking about how their occupation, as far as being a vet and helping people out and things like that, that brings a whole different level of success, or a whole different level of happiness and joy and things like that. So it's very important that you guys watch what you're doing for income or things like that, because this is what's actually going to make your whole entire day. Don't just live for every Friday, right? A lot of people's living for every Friday or every month, because when they get that paycheck, that's when they feel like they're living. You should always live throughout your occupation, not just from what your occupation provides. Focus on the positive, right? Even throughout negative situations, you can always reflect on things, but more in a positive manner, right? I know a lot of people that would might talk down on me in the past and things like that, but I just keep going, you know what I mean? I just keep going, I just keep doing my thing and allowing the actions to speak for itself. This is called focusing on the positive. This is not focusing on too much of he say, she say, or this happened, but more so what we're going to do from it, how we're going to learn from it, how we're going to grow from it, right? It's important, even if you guys are talking about negative scenarios that happen in your life, how are you growing from it? How are you bettering yourself? If your parents wasn't as good as you are going to be a parent, then you need to be a better parent than they were. You know what I mean? You need to be more responsible. You need to do these things so you can, break the cycle, break the chain, things like that, right? So just focusing on the positive, not just saying, I went through this, but how can I learn from this experience? So I'm picking up you guys are not releasing control, right? You guys are still being controlled by, it could be materials, it could be feeling like you have to please your parents, you have to be a certain way that they want you to be. You have to release that control, you have to release that want. That's the only way you're gonna unlock true happiness. Because let me tell you, a lot of people want a car, house, things like that. When they get it, they thought they was gonna be happy when they got it, but that material does not make happiness. We make happiness, right? So releasing control over all these type of things will allow us to live abundantly in the present moment. Releasing control of feeling like your life's got to go a certain way, or this got to go that way. Yes, put the work in. Yes, work hard. Or yes, not really work hard, but work efficient. You know what I mean? Make sure that you guys are doing the necessary jobs that you need to be doing, handling business, being responsible, and things like that. But not allowing things to sorry for the little glitch. Not allowing things to control you, right? Always release control. We have know you are loved, right? If you don't feel loved by either your spouse, your family, or whoever the case is, it doesn't really matter because the higher power loves you. That's why there's mountains here. Number one, that's the higher power, first and foremost. The next person that need to love you is yourself. You need to focus on loving yourself more than anything else. Besides the higher power loving you, focus on yourself as well, because you put love into yourself, you're able to put love into others. A lot of people don't love people because they don't love themselves. There's no way you could give what you don't have, right? If I don't have $1 million, I can't give you $1 million because I don't have something to give. Same way, if I don't love myself, I can't love you. You don't love yourself, you can't love me. That's how it goes. So always love yourself. Besides the higher power loving you, higher power loves you first, then you love yourself, and then other people will love you as well. But if you don't know that you're loved by yourself and by the higher power, then there's no way you can expect love from anybody else as well. You gotta know what love is to even be able to receive it as well, right? So just keep that in mind. Honor your feelings, right? Now I know this can be contradicting because I know people say work through your feelings and feelings aren't real and things like that. I want to say this: what if your responsibilities need to be met? Cool, work through them. But if there's a situation of a career, of a family, or whatever the case is, that's kind of itching your skull, or trying to just like it is bothering you, see if you can resolve it. If not, honor those feelings that you feel about it. Even if it means potentially spending less time here or less time working at a certain career, or more time focused on your happiness versus your financial situation. Yes, you want to have a decent portion of finances, but there's other ways you can make money, right? There's no purpose even if you thought that this purpose that you was getting into was going to pay all the bills and things like that, and let's just say it didn't, right? I would suggest you getting a job that you don't really care about too much. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that would get into career choices and maybe the environment is toxic, and now they're not only unhappy, but they're also not able to pay all their bills as what they thought it was. I encourage you guys, if you guys are just focused on bills, maybe get a job or start a company that you typically don't really care about too much. That way, when you leave, you're not really focused on. Because what happens is we end up doing what we love, but maybe what we love isn't, and this is all part of releasing control over those materials items as well. God will provide for you guys. You know what I mean? If you guys ask for assistance and ask for help, and also, be practical about it. Like, how much money do you actually need? How much finances and resources do you actually need to make a certain living? But don't let that stop you from looking at different adventures as well, different avenues, different resources, plenty of different ways out here. Let's start to expand our mind. You know what I mean? Not listening to the system and the systematic way of you should do this, you should do that, get this many hours of sleep. Find your own path, your own journey, and release that control. Right? Also, be able to honor those feelings. And you feel some type of way about it, you need to resign from a certain situation to be a lot happier, then I encourage you guys to do so. Be practical about it, of course, right? Make sure you guys are not burning no bridges and things like that. But being able to maneuver better, you know what I mean? And honor those feelings at the end of the day. Honor your feelings. All right, that is going to finish up for the Sagittarius reading. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this reading. And I will see you guys on the next video.